Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Yeah, whatever. Ben Reilly, Spider-Man's clone. He's the guy. He's got a sweatshirt. Yeah, that's how you know he's different, and he's a blonde hair.
Hopefully one day we get Matt Kona back here. All right, children. That's right. It's the end of the month. Lilith warned you. She told you there was a sausage fest coming. Welcome back. I am Phil. Joining me, of course, as always this time of the month, it is the High Priest of Conchu, or the new nickname we came up with him. It is Ray. Hello, Ray.
Hey, how you going? How you going, everybody? Phil, does it really constitute a fest? Now there's just two of us.
I know.
What is that? Just a plate.
A sausage gathering? I don't know.
Sausage, snack.
And I can already hear her rolling her eyes. Lilith, that was all your fault. Because you always call it the sausage fest.
And yes, we miss Matt as well. As much as it's great having Dave, hopefully we can align the stars and young Matt.
I said eventually if he comes back, I don't care if all four of us do it. But,
But I hear Matt's busy at the daily grind, right? So.
Yes.
Yes.
It's even worse when it's on a boat. Yes. Oh no. Russell.
Hey. Hello, fine sir.
It's Mr. Wild like an animal himself. Russell.
Wild like an animal. Gotta rub that one in.
All right. So, yes. Today we're covering... we're continuing in order our Ben Reilly adventure. So this time we're talking Blood Brothers from, Sensational Spider-Man 4 and 5, Amazing Spider-Man 411 and 412, Spider-Man 68. So close, Lilith.
Man, almost.
Yes, and Spectacular Spider-Man, what is that? 230.
I had it here somewhere. It's all available on Marvel Unlimited for those that want to read along.
Yes, and I know this is foreign to Ray, but yes, you could probably find them in back issue bins for cheap. But yes, they're also on Marvel Unlimited. I know they reprint some of the Ben Reilly stuff in like omnibuses and collections, so it's floating out there in that form also.
I have 11 trades coming my way, Phil.
Wow!
The entire complete collection of the Clone Saga. And they're not the original one, the Ben Reilly one. And, and then afterwards, like the stuff that we're kind of doing post Jackal, I guess. So can't wait.
Yes. Spectacular Spider-Man 234. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Russell.
And Phil, it would behoove me not to say that these issues were out in 1996. 96, Phil.
Yes.
Take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, we're graduating high school. Yes.
No, I mean Lilith, summer of '69. It's almost there.
Hey, I told you next month for July, man, we're covering Spider-Man issue 69. So the stars aligned.
It's crazy. Russell.
Russell loved this Hobgoblin. Yeah, this is one of Mackendale's last appearances. Yeah, there's a mini series. Hobgoblin lives like right after this Clone Saga where, spoilers, Roderick Kingsley comes back and was like, haha, it was they unmask him at the end of the miniseries, but it's like, oh, the original Hobgoblin's back to, take his job, and it's like, kills Mackendale in prison,
Yeah, of course. When I was reading these, when Hobby came up, I should have known that young Russell would. There
was one panel in this story where, like, it sticks in my mind even to this day. So when we get there, I'll have to mention it. But yeah, okay. I just love some of this stuff.
For what reason?
Just the stuff between Peter and Ben, and I love it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And again, hey Russell, we're gonna be doing more Hobgoblin Gobble in November. So I believe we're back to Mackindale.
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
All right. Oh yeah, and was it September? I think, or something like that. August or September. We're doing at least one Mr. Fear episode, Russell, and for summer of '69, there's a Mr. Fear story in Daredevil. So,
Oh, nice. Russell will be one happy little fella.
yes. Okay, Russell, are you there? I don't know if you heard, but I know there was a couple episodes where Lilith and I were have redubbed Rey, not the High Priest of Khonshu, the High Priest of Sausage.
Sausage.
So spread the word, Russell.
Oh, you know, they are delicious.
Hey,
Happy to be endorsed with.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so hot here yesterday. It's one of those days where you go outside and you just start sweating even if you're not doing anything.
Take the sausage out. That's
Wow!
No, for a barbecue. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god, I can hear Lilith now listening back to this going, I need that for a drop!
You guys have Barbies, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to some graduation parties yesterday. Yeah, there was people. Yep.
Talking about meat is so natural for Ray.
So a few people partaking in sausage.
Yeah, I got that last night.
See, she's always here, even when she's not here.
Yeah. Now, I'm still waiting for that day, Phil, when you can construct a whole AI, or not AI,
Oh!
Lilith, just
Yeah.
based on, yeah.
The one day we were doing an episode and we are saying, you know what we should do? We should do like half an episode where Lilith is here, then she like drops out, or vice versa, and then I just play drops, and everyone has to guess, was Lilith on the first half of the episode or the second half of the episode?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to the hole on principle.
Because it's almost 2 full pages of drops.
Superior puss. Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
I feel a few of us would know. Like, you know, the likes of Justin.
Justin knows. Oh, yeah.
Would know, we would know automated Lilith as opposed to the genuine.
Oh, yeah.
The genuine article.
Listen to Gamma Charge, and you'll hear like Russell and Justin just like speaking in Lilith drops.
Yeah.
You know, Justin will just out of nowhere go, scream it!
Yeah. Yeah. That's a hard one to do because
yeah,
you have to scream it. Yeah, you know?
Scream it!
All right, how did we get here?
Well, that escalated quickly.
That's my favorite Justin one.
Yes. All right, our Patreon elite, Ray there, and Russell and Justin, who you can hear on Gamma Charge. Okay, Lilith likes me to say the strongest Marvel podcast there is because Lilith will tell you Superman can beat Hulk. So,
oh yeah, I don't want to go into that.
That's one of her questions for any suitors. Yeah, she's like, you know,
okay, to cull the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah. Yes. She likes him young and dumb, but not that dumb.
Well, good criteria.
All right, so let's jump into these. Yeah, we got 6, and
yep, sure.
This is only one of many appearances the famous Ray is making today. So yeah, let's get to these issues. All right, so yeah, it starts in a Sensational Spider-Man number 4, Blood Brothers Part 1 of 6, Exposed.
Yes, exposed. Oh my goodness.
So what do you think of this? I mean, Jameson gets his hands on those skeleton pictures.
I love the opening, kind of with Peter negotiating with JJ. Doesn't take a backward step. Goes for the triple, paid triple, and he actually ends up with more. He ends up with what, like a week or something of hotel expenses and flight. So well done, Peter. I'm liking, you know, in general, just the depowered Peter. He seems, you know, a little bit. He's stronger in just like other ways, you know, rather than just being Spider-Man. So yeah, that was good. No, I thought this issue was great. It was a nice little look into Jessica again, her relationship with Ben.
And he doesn't know what to do because, yes, if you didn't listen last month, yes, she is the daughter of the burglar who killed Uncle Ben.
Yeah, and she's got like a skewed narrative from her deceased dad of what happened. So in her mind, like Spider-Man really did a criminal thing. like kind of basically beat him to death, and had the police on the take, and they were covering for Spider-Man, all that sort of stuff. So she's really angry. It kind of just sets it up. This is Jurgens, isn't it?
Yes, yes. I believe he wrote and penciled this. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a bit hot and cold on Mr. Dan J. But this one was really good, I thought. We've discussed it before about how I guess he was trying to get his foot in to do Spider-Man stories, but they kind of tossed him Ben Reilly ones.
Yeah, I believe he wanted Peter Parker again. They're like, "You're doing Ben Reilly, what?"
Yeah. But this one was a good one. So I like the relationship dynamics that you get with Spider-Man comics. So very much so with Jessica, and then this really kind of like innocuous robbery that allows Jessica to, as we see on the cover, see Ben like take off the mask and stuff. Well, he makes up some really silly, weird excuse, and he says himself, "Oh, I should come up with better ways to slip away." So yeah, I'm liking the way Ben's written here as well. It's good. He's long gone. He's long past that. I don't want like mopey kind of stage, which was okay, which was good. I didn't hate it, but he's really kind of quipping like Peter now. He's really becoming like the Spider-Man.
I mean, he kind of thinks he knows who he is now because he even though he's not using the name, he still thinks he's the original Peter Parker. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm not completely that guy anymore, but yeah, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that over Peter Parker. Like, I'm the real deal. And we see that kind of later on. Kind of comes to a little bit of a head, because it comes down to Sword Trainer. But no, I thought this issue was like all 6 of these issues were really easy reads, and I mean that in a good way. Like just really, I just kind of burned through them through this whole arc, Blood Brothers. But yeah, no, this one was good. The big takeaway was the relationship between Jessica and Ben, and how it's kind of on the rocks. I wouldn't say irreparable because she still really likes him, right?
But at the end we see her with those pictures. She's like, "Oh, Ben Reilly's the person I've hated most in this world."
Yeah, well, Ben Reilly, Spider-Man, okay, but she really loves Ben, right? So, and then the other little bit, I guess. So this was the main thing. I'm just casting my eye on some thumbnails of the issue. The other big thing is that they do conceal or hide away the skeleton in some kind of unmarked grave in the woods.
Oh yeah, don't worry. We'll get back to this, but yes, they buried it in a graveyard. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they've really done what they needed to with it, right? So
they got Peter's getting money from the pictures. Yeah, they got it out of the hands of anyone who would test it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did test it themselves, like with Reed Richards, right? And
Hank Pym.
Hank Pym. Yeah, so they got what they wanted, but from the beginning, we see that Peter was hoping to deter J.J. Jameson, but he's still intent on trying to find the skeleton. So that's why they've decided to hide it even further.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, that was good. What did you make of it? Was it?
Oh no, I liked it. Like I said, once again, I read all these when they first came out.
Yeah.
But basically, so yeah, since it's going through every book, it's basically a weekly book for these 6 issues. So I mean, yeah, it reads pretty fast, and if you're reading it week to week, yeah, it runs pretty smoothly because you're like basically reading it every week. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, it's good. It kind of keeps that momentum up.
Oh yeah. All right, so should we get to the second one?
Yeah, I'm just having a look. Amazing Spider-Man
411.
Yeah.
With that ominous,
you would have been
that ominous cover.
Yes, and you would have been happy here.
Oh, Bagley,
Mr. Bagley. Yeah. He's solid as a rock. That guy.
Oh yeah.
Who does it? Oh, he did do the cover. It just the inking looks a little bit.
Yeah, I think the inkers might be different.
Yeah, but they've got someone else there. What did you make of this? Like this second issue?
Again, Jonah's celebrating because he has $100,000 reward out for the skeleton,
and he celebrates. What a cheapskate as well. He celebrates with like pot coffee? What are the filtered coffee.
I think so. Yeah, just probably coffee out of the coffee maker. Yeah.
And like everyone back to work soon. Yeah, and then I just love. Sometimes you get the little. So this is by DeFalco, right? I like DeFalco's writing.
Yeah.
Just the little, and you get it in a lot of Marvel comics. The humor.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some grumbling staff members there at the beginning, just wondering about the this celebration. But this was a again one of my favorite, one of the standouts because the artwork you can't fault. Just Bagley's Spider-Man. It's really good.
Yeah.
I guess we get more in here. We get more of the question as to what's happened to Trainer, because we saw from last time Peter Parker tried to get in contact with him and Multivex. Is that right? Yeah, Multivex.
Yep.
I always have to, because there is an Australian building company here called Multiplex, so I always think of it. But Multivex, they're this mysterious company, and I guess this one explores a bit more what that is, Trainer's allegiance, and that question as to whether, because Peter questions it, he's still kind of questioning the validity of the cloning results, and he's saying, of course, he's going to say that you're the genuine one, Ben, because you're his mate.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. But aside from that, we get some lovely, I'm going to still say 90s kind of villains with, what are they, Code 12 or something? What are they called? The Assassins. I think they're, I can't see it there. Let's call them, I think they're called Code 12.
I do remember a number. Oh, I've read these so many times, I should know who these are. But yeah, they come after Peter and Mary Jane for that skeleton, and Peter won't talk.
And that was scary, because he hasn't got any powers, and Mary Jane's pregnant as well. So that was I thought, quite a tense moment. And you see throughout, as it kind of intersperses between the other stuff with Ben Reilly, you see Peter just getting more and more friggin' beaten up, which is, pretty heavy. We also see the mysterious kind of guy on life support system.
Yes, the number 2 mysterious villain who, yes, he has a connection to the big mastermind who you'll meet, towards the end of this 90s clone saga, yes.
Yeah, I thought that we'd get something towards the end of this, but they still kind of dangle.
No. Got a couple more months, right?
Couple more months. But yeah, so on that side of Mary Jane and Peter Parker, we get that. On Ben's side, he kind of starting to get kind of squeezed out or frozen. His assets are frozen. Oh yeah,
Ben's. Someone's messing with all Ben's life. Yeah.
Yeah. So his apartment, his rent, because he has money. He has money in his account. He just, it just wasn't kind of pushed through. So on his set, and as well, he's kind of dealing with Jessica and that whole kind of, I guess you call it a lovers tiff, because they were very much into each other, weren't they?
Lovers tiff. I think you killed my father.
A little bit more. Yeah, no, that's, I didn't see it in that scale, but you're right. It is a bit more than that. I love, Phil, you caught this. You must have caught this, didn't you? The Martha,
why'd you say that name?
The little kid.
Yes, I don't know what this is evocative of, Ray. Yes.
I don't know. He's got a T-shirt of it as well. But
Ben stopping the hold up of the 2 parents and the child. Yeah, the robbery. Robbery even grabs the pearls. Yeah.
So in effect, well, in this universe at least, he prevents the, the birth of.
The birth of who, Ray?
Batman, my favorite character. So I thought that was funny. Also, I think from memory, Jurgens, he does. It was one of the other issues as well. He does like a Superman reference, or he. Of
course, he's going to do a Superman reference. He's done so much Superman.
Yeah. So
heck, he drew that iconic Death of Superman issue. Of course, he's gonna.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. He's mostly known for Superman, isn't he? So.
That's like when you say Dan Jurgens, that's the first thing I think of is Superman. Yeah, because he's done and he's come back to it. He did some in the 90s and he came back a while ago. So he's always jumping into Superman.
Yeah, but has he done much, Bruce Batts?
Not a ton. I think he's done some, but yeah, not a ton.
Okay, because I'm just wondering why he decided to make that reference, that fun reference. He's liking to push the boundaries of kind of referring to DC. Do they do it on the flip side? Do they do it a lot in DC? Do they reference Marvel a lot?
Trying to remember. I think they do. Maybe not as much, but yeah, especially in the 90s, I think they would drop like little subtle hints and stuff, and
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
the big one was Ron Mars. Loved to he wanted to do crossovers all the time, and he did that Green Lantern Silver Surfer crossover. There's even an issue later on where he's he has that Access guy who was part of the Marvel DC thing. Show up looking for Kyle Rayner, and he's not there. He's like, oh, I guess I'll have to go get the guy with the surfboard or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, you just reminded me also as well from the Quantum Zone. You had that Barry Allen.
Buried Alien, yes.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun too. I like them. I like the little playful competition. So also the big thing also here as well, Phil, at the end, the daily grind. It's blown up. So Ben's getting hit everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean before even that, yeah, he goes home and all his stuff's gone, and someone's written on the floor, "We know who you are" and stuff. Yeah,
yeah, that's right. So rent gone, or about to be kicked out. Someone's robbed his place.
But I mean, as he's swinging to the grind, that's some beautiful Mark Bagley art.
That is awesome. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Even a couple of the pages before that with the cybernetic assassins, they're just really well drawn.
Oh yeah, I mean they are pure 90s, and
but yeah, so third time unlucky. His job gets and it gets even worse than that, Phil, doesn't it? Because there's word of mouth from the authorities that ban. Well, that's the other thing as well. His social security number is off, and we see at the beginning. His employer, God, I can't remember her name.
Shirley,
who owns the Daily Grind. She was saying, could you please just double check your social security number because it's not right, and all that sort of stuff. So things slowly fall apart for him. But yeah, I like this issue again. It's quite it's quite a smooth transition from the first part, Ben and Jessica, because how some of these things they can be a bit disjointed because it's kind of let's string along this story, let's add this, let's add that.
Oh yeah.
But Blood Brothers at the moment, well, I think also as a whole is quite cohesive. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, again, this thing could go wrong because I've seen it on both sides, Marvel and DC. It's if you're doing a quote unquote weekly thing like this, where there's different creative teams. Some people might not get the message, and something picks up. And you're like, wait a minute, that isn't where they were at the last issue. But no, I mean, this seems pretty smooth considering. Yeah, we're doing multiple creative tems and multiple books and stuff. It works well. It works well for this one. This issue was pretty good. And then what do we have? Spider-Man 68.
Leather's second favorite Spider-Man issue. 68.
I will get her favorite next month.
Let me just pull that one up.
Oh, it was so funny. This week we covered for summer of '69. We covered Green Lantern. It was Green Lantern 68 and 69 for summer of '69. Will's like, we have to have Lilith on. I'm like, okay. So we did.
I think I saw the video. I was too late to jump in on it, but I saw the video online. You guys always having fun.
Yes.
Color coordinated as well.
Yes. And we've been, jumping. We've been started recording a bunch of Summer of 69 kids. So yes, you're in for a treat.
So should we go to the next one?
Yeah. Spider-Man 68.
68. And this probably would have, Russell would have just really loved this one. This cover.
Oh yeah, Mackendale's new look. Yeah, he's part cybernetic now too. Yeah.
What do you think of the new look? I'm not too big a fan, but
I don't know. The color scheme's okay, but yeah, they went full 90s with him. No, never go full 90s, kid. Yeah.
No. You never. No, it's not. It's too much.
This is why we're killing off Mackendale in a few months. It's I don't know. They always had to try to give him a gimmick. Either bond him with a demon or. give him cybernetics.
Killed by fashion, this guy.
Oh,
But yeah, I very, very much prefer his classic look. Yeah, even the Demo Goblin is awesome. But yeah, this one's a bit too much. But, I'm sure Russell, and it is enjoyable having Hobby back. But this issue, let's have a quick glance through this. So we got, this is, of course, Howard Mackie.
Yep.
Awesome. And JR. And when I was reading this, I was kind of jumping back to the current run, because he's on that now as well.
Yeah.
And it is nice. It's nice to have him back on Spider-Man, actually.
Oh, yeah. Issue 4 came out, was that this week? More Tombstone, Ray. More Tombstone.
Yeah, I haven't read. I only just recently read 3 because I'm a little bit slow.
Did you like the Tombstone origin or?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Like I'm loving it. It's I don't know, for listeners out there, it's really, for me, it's classic Amazing Spider-Man storytelling. Like even the artwork and just the way it's kind of all kind of built up. Zeb Wells is doing an amazing job. You get these characters, obviously, Tombstone and White Rabbit, but you get a bit more on Tombstone. It just took me back to the Spectacular Spider-Man days when you got like Lonnie Lincoln's partial origin and then his subsequent kind of power gain. It just kind of brought that some. He's slightly different these days, but he's great. He's so good.
Oh yeah, wait till you get to 4, man. He's got something going on where you're just like, oh man, they're making him like a more more strategist. Yeah, he's a little smarter. Yeah.
Well, the end of 3 was like a humdinger. That was great.
Oh, after he just beat the hell out of Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just like, okay, I'm going up and I'm going to kill I'm just going to do all this stuff. It's so cool. He's so bad. Like he's more than just like a hitman or an adversary for Robbie Robertson now. He's like way beyond that. It's really cool. Oh, yeah. And I know, sorry listeners, because I'm stuck in the 90s a bit. So I may be referring to a lot of 90s stuff, but yeah. This one, Into the Depths.
Just the coffee shop has burned down, and
so the aftermath of that, I guess, and the fact that Shirley hears that, I think as I mentioned just before, this Ben Reilly character is known to be disgruntled with his employers.
So yes, it's not just computer errors. Someone is actively planting evidence where it's like, oh yeah, Ben Reilly's lashed out against employers, and it's like,
so there's that, and on the flip side as well, the aftermath. Peter's recovering, which, mind you, Phil, and I know it's comics, but he does seem to recuperate rather quickly for someone even without powers as well. I think by next issue, he's all fine. I don't know if he has if the healing factor is still there, because as we'll discover soon, his powers aren't gone. They've just basically been suppressed. So I don't know. Might have the healing factor.
Yeah. Because the powers start slowly coming back, because they'll come back for a little bit and then cut out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like, okay, I gotcha.
So by the time we end this thing, his powers are back.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, then that would kind of explain these little subtle things, because he does seem a little bit more durable than your usual.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Person. Yeah. I mean, that's good. And there's, I always love the scenes between MJ and Peter. We get the confrontation between Ben and Jessica.
Yep.
Like after the initial shock, which I think isn't handled the best, but I guess that's Ben. He just kind of flips a switch on her rather quickly and says some really, when he said it, I was going, oh, geez, Ben, that's not gonna win your heart, win her, your heart. He basically goes, because she's going, oh, it wasn't my fault. Ben Reilly says, your father was the burglar who killed my uncle, and he screwed us both of our lives forever. So. Yeah, he's not going to get any brownie points. Yeah,
because he's basically blaming. He thinks she's behind all this stuff that's going wrong in his life. He's like, just stop what you're doing, and it's not my fault.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, because she goes, oh, what are you talking about? And he's really rolled up. So, yeah, that confrontation wouldn't go well either way. We get a bit more of, I'm pretty sure they're called Code 12.
Yeah.
Cell 12.
Well,
I'm close.
Well, there's like
Cell 12.
2 pages where like Ben goes to see Peter and Mary Jane, and Peter's like, you know what? I think Seward's behind this because I try to we try to go see him. He's not there. Stuff's going,
Yeah,
and then Ben's like, no, I'm going to prove Seward's innocent.
Yes. Oh, yeah, is that here? I'm just having a quick look.
There's like I think it's like a 2-page splash or something because
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like right after he leaves Jessica. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's Yep. Yes, that's important as well because as I was saying, that Peter's not 100% sure, and there's this whole thing about Trainer because we see later on, it's kind of like Ben was like, oh, Peter, you're so right. Trainer was a dick, basically.
Yes.
So that's definitely worth noting, and I like how he kind of like he leaves the apartment, he just like flops backwards and just free falls. That's just a cool visual.
Oh yeah, but he goes to try to find Seward, and yes, he runs into Cell 12, and we get a big
Cell 12
battle.
The big fight. He smacks them easy. Like he I guess he's had a lot of practice with Sinister Six and multiple villains, but he does really well with them. Like, just systematically, just takes them out.
Yeah, they're new guys, but yeah, he's taking them out. But then it's like he's hears someone say, "Oh, you took out my hand-picked mercenary team," and yes, we see it's Macendale. Oh,
well, I mean, even considering like hand-picked as well, because we know his standards, Macendale's pretty high for mercs, so they would have had some sort of ability, but he kind of slices through them. However, with Macendale, it's a bit of a different ball game.
Because Ben really doesn't have experience with Macendale. Like he was like a part of a group or two, when he was Scarlet Spider. But yeah, he really doesn't have a one-on-one experience with Macendale because he's even like you Green Goblin wannabe because he really doesn't have any experience with any Hobgoblins. So. Yeah,
and I like that because I think later on, Pete's giving.
Yes, that is one of my that is what stands out in my mind. Yes,
is that what
yes,
yeah. That was a cool moment. I love it. It's it just shows the kick-ass of Peter and. And just them working together. But, Macendale here, he pretty much trounces Spider-Man into a really bad state. He kind of don't understand how he kind of really slices him really. Maybe he just discombobulates him with a few of the pumpkin bombs and kind of gets him all a bit disoriented.
Yeah.
And then he manages to kind of slice him a lot. And Seward comes up to him. Oh, what a gut punch. Mm-hmm. That's the worst hit of all, Phil. He comes up and says, forget about me.
He's like, let it go. Forget about me. Yeah. I don't want to see you hurt anymore. Advise Peter the same.
Yep. And so somehow he manages to drag himself out. And I like the last page. Kind of just plops in a pool of blood.
Yeah, it's on Peter and Mary Jane's floor. Yeah.
Yeah. But, so we're getting a bit more of this mystery. Like, Sewer Trainer's connected. We're kind of... slowly moving up the ranks of these bad people. So we've got the Cell 12, we've got... but then we kind of get a little bit of a side, we'll get to it anyway, with Raxton.
Mark Raxton, yes. Liz Allen's stepbrother, cool. Yes. The Molten Man,
Molten Man, he's cool. But yeah, we get a bit more of him, and we'll get to that, and the guy on the life support system. So yeah, it continues to Spectacular Spider-Man 234.
Yep.
I'm just trying to... I'll pull that up now.
Did they do... So they've done this over the years sometimes. Yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man 234. That cover, it looks like ones they've done before where like they just take like Spider-Man and Hobgoblin and stick them on like almost like a photo of like a real photo of like New York City or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, they used to be popular a bit earlier.
Yeah, I don't think they were doing that. Like,
70s.
Oh yeah, even like the 80s, they were doing covers like this. Yeah,
but it's a pretty nice cover. I like it, and we get the actual logo
in the middle.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Something just a little bit different. Again, Russell would have been loving this. This I thought
rub that one in.
This is Sal, isn't it? Is this Sal?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say before I even got to the credits. Yeah, that's Sal. But yes, it is Sal.
Yes, and I remember there is a right cross towards the towards the end. Don't you worry about it. Look, as much as I love Sal, maybe it's a break. Maybe it's the inker as well. Finishes John Staniski. It's not terrible art. It's probably just I'd have to say my least favorite out of the art in this arc. Don't get me wrong, Sal's a giant, and I love his work. But I'm just thinking in context with the rest of everything here. I don't know. Did you like the art, Bill?
Yeah, I love Sal's art. Yeah, I mean, had to agree with our friends on Gamma Charge. It's like, not only is a good Spider-Man, good Hulk. Yeah,
Hulk. Yeah. Well, he's got a really good sewer trainer at the splash page. That was really good. Look, most of it is great. It's fine. Yeah. It's not terrible.
Well, I love those first couple pages where Ben's basically recapping the last couple issues. Like, I screwed up. And Peter's like, dude, it happens to everybody. It comes with that costume.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Ben's like in and out of drugs. Like he's, he's a bit woozy and stuff. Mary Jane's just beside him. Peter's like showing him no real compassion. Just, just got to suck it up. It's what we do. But yeah. So we get a bit more. There's a bit more development with Seward, and again, I don't know, what do we call him, Phil? I know you know who he is, but what do we call?
Oh, I believe. Oh, the guy with the life support and everything. I believe he's calling himself Gaunt right now.
Gaunt. Oh, that's right. Yeah. He calls himself Gaunt towards. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking like
the number 2 man in charge. Yes.
Number 2. Yeah. You think? You think he was like the number 1.
Yeah, I know. But at the end of this arc,
about his employer. So he's definitely ranking up above Mackendale. So we're kind of getting up there. It's amazing how Ben manages to, after he's been beaten, don't know how much rest he's had with Mary Jane and Peter, but he just swings off. Happy to kind of lick his wounds. And this is where he meets Jessica. And again, I love it, like how flawed Ben is, because he does really well. Like they have a really tender moment and they almost make up.
Yes. And
then Ben has to go and say, "Oh, well, so that film, you're gonna
burn that, right?"
You're gonna burn that, right? Yeah. Not good timing, Ben. That is probably the worst timing. He could have left that. He could have left that and waited just a bit longer.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait and say that after, Ben.
Rumpy pumpy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Once they're that's right. That's right.
So he gets her all mad again. She's like, "Get out."
But this is where we get we don't see him enough, do we? Rax and Molten Man.
Yeah. He showed up as he reappeared again in like the early 90s. Yeah, and then once kind of lost track once the Clone Saga started. Yeah.
Yeah, I only read some of his stuff in the 90s Web of Spider-Man. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, when Jerry Conway was writing like Web of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's great. I just love his aesthetic. Like, the gold skin and the metal alloy, and he's he can heat himself up, that sort of stuff. So we get a little bit of that. I mean, he contacts. There's what they find is that connection of Multivex and Oscorp. So someone has been funneling some funds to fund this Multivex through Oscorp. So pretty cool stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's an important little bit that we must take note of for the greater scheme of things.
Yeah. But like earlier when when Ben was talking to Peter and Mary Jane, Peter's like, "We got to confront Seward," and Ben's like, "No, I can't." Mm. So then he comes back. He comes back, and Mary Jane's like, "Oh no, Peter's already out. He got beat to hell like two minutes ago, but he's already back out there. He went back to Multivex to try to break in.
He's with the skills he learned from Felicia, which is pretty cool.
Well, some skills he learned from Felicia.
Some would say, the useful ones. I mean, he takes on Cell 12 again.
I know. They say, "Are you a masochist or are you just stupid?"
Yeah. But thankfully, he's got Ben Reilly kind of looking after him, and they do a pretty good job with. This escalates because Hobgoblin comes in, but they do pretty well, like tag teaming. I guess this is the Blood Brothers thing.
But because Cell 12 is just like he tells Peter, now we're going to show you with extreme prejudice, and then we get some of that impact webbing, and Ben shows up.
A couple of balls down the gob.
Well, I haven't seen. I want to see. I've got to choose my words carefully here. Yeah, I got to see more of that webbing, impact webbing.
But I do like that Peter's wearing web shooters, even though he doesn't have power.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a move he makes. Is it here?
Whoa! This first movie like webs to a Cell 12 right in the face.
Not in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. So a grand fight. There's great action. You can't go wrong with Sal. And then Hobby comes in, and they take it outside.
Well, yeah. First Ben tells Peter to get out, and that last panel on what page is this? 18. Again, this is stuck in my mind to this day. I love this aesthetic with Peter and Ben, where Ben's like, get out of here, and Peter's like, okay. He's like, but he always opens with one of his tricks. He's like, one of his gadgets to knock you off guard. Don't let him do it, and you turn the tables, messes with his rhythm.
So cool. He's a master, isn't he? He knows.
Not only has he battled Hobgoblin, it's like the guys basically have the same body, the same ability. Well, they had the same abilities. Yeah. He's like, if you can I know your moves. If you can dodge his first assault and just get in his face and punch him in the face, it throws his rhythm off.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and you see it. I mean, because you see later on, Ben, he webs up. I think doesn't he web up a bomb in as Hobby was holding it? He throws a bomb first, but he kind of that's on the next. Oh, hang on, where is it? Yeah. Well, he does opens with his tricks. He's got the finger lasers or whatever. Yeah,
he webs up his hand. Yeah,
and he webs up his hands first just to kind of stop that straight away. And at the same time, Peter's chasing Seward, so we get dual action here. Of course, all culminates in a decision that has to be made, which ultimately allows Seward and Hobby to get away. But this was really good. I thought this was really good action.
Oh yeah,
really good to follow. So Ben goes after Hobby. He even jolts him off the glider, and Peter at the same time tackles Seward. There's a huge tank of some sort of flammable liquid or substances, and the glider hurtles towards it. So it's kind of like, uh-oh, there's a matchstick into a powder keg. Peter just, I guess because he's been a hero for so long, just decides to jump off the ledge of a building and try to take the glider, which he does. And there, Phil, we get the fantastic right cross.
The
lower page 21 at the bottom. There we go. He goes flying. But yeah, I mean, then Ben has to wonder whether he finishes off Hobby or ultimately just saves Peter.
Well, then Peter falls off that glider. It's like, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, he has to do obviously the right thing. Got to save Peter. But again, they have another little discussion, and they make sure that they get off Multivex property as well, so they're not in any trouble with the police.
I know, when it's basically just Hobgoblin's here, but he's not the guy, so it's like, who is the guy?
Yeah. But he's working with some, so they're wondering who the guy is. This is who we're wondering as well, Phil. So,
some of us are.
Sensational?
Yep, back to Sensational number 5.
Number 5. That's a great cover. I like this cover, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because of Molten Man. Unfortunately, we don't see that. I mean, again, it's a cover. You don't necessarily see it always, but that was, it's cool. A cool cover. In action, we got Jurgens again. Jurgens returning.
Yep.
Looks like. Yeah. So, what did you make of this one, here, Phil?
This one is interesting. Yeah, I mean, it starts with Ben beating on some hoods in an alley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he kind of takes out his aggression on one. I was kind of worried that he'd kill him, the guy in the purple.
Yeah, but it looks like they're just attacking some random woman. But no, It turns out she's a financial controller at Multivex. So.
Multivex, and he needs names. Ben, so he had an ulterior motive.
And we get the connection to Osborne Industries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we get and then from the front cover, there's a little bit of Molten Man action. So he himself decides to strip down into his undies. That's his. And infiltrate. What was he doing? He's infiltrating Multivex, right?
Yeah.
Osborn, yeah. He's trying to, so he's gone to the Multivex thing. Nice little display of power as well. Nothing seems to hurt him. Look at that. That computer's like really, really old school.
1996, Ray.
I know. Page 11.
Oh my God, we were doing our Patreon episode. Superman 3 computers were in 1983. Computers were like this big, you know.
Huge, yeah. I thought this issue was good. Let me just have a quick little look here.
Yeah, well, Peter goes to question Liz Allen because she's like in charge of Osborn these days.
Yeah, with that was good. See, a couple of action figures there as well. What I found interesting for this, apart from the Molten Man action, was the interaction with Desiree and Jessica.
Yes,
I thought prime example of a guy trying to write women, but write it not so well. Like, I don't know. The jury's out. I'd love to show Eve and just show her those 2 pages. Like, this is how 2 women interact. Is this really how they kind of talk? Because Desiree's going, ooh, well, maybe they do. I mean, like, she's talking about, you won't mind if I move in for the kill. Like, she's really kind of loving bed, and they don't really know each other. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she's really out there. Maybe Desiree's personality's really out there, but I don't know. She has sex on the mind.
And even Jessica is still like defending Ben.
Sex on the mind. So no, I found that conversation pretty good. It just ends with, obviously, like, Desiree's left more in the dark about Ben Reilly's a bit man of mystery, but she kind of likes that as well, doesn't she say? She likes the rebel guys, or the bad boys. So
the hard master.
So that was interspersed. Typical Spider-Man comic. There's a lot of these little nice conversations that happen in and around the actual action. As you say, we get Ben Reilly and Peter as well. They're talking.
Oh, that is great. Just like 2 brothers try to break into a building. It's like, shut up. It's like, watch yourself. You're scared. Knocking knees are going to set that alarm off, Peter.
Yeah. And Peter's all really focused.
But then Ben sees Molten Man in there, and again, this is Ben's memories only go so far. So it's like, the Molten Man, and Peter's like, wait, he might be innocent.
That's true. Yeah,
it's like the Sandman all over again. He's like, no, wait, he's a good guy now.
Yeah, he rushes in, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's, again, it just shows the difference between Peter and Ben, experience, inexperience. We get a nice page like Molten Man, like with color-wise, when he takes on Ben Reilly, and then the next page with Gaunt, he's kind of all in green. Mm-hmm. I think there's some really nice art, just colors and art, the way they kind of work together. But I feel sometimes Jurgen's art is lacking in some detail. But yeah, in other shots, they're very good. So what happens at the end here, Phil? Molten Man, just a bit more fighting.
But then basically the whole floor comes down and they crash.
That's
into
right, it blows.
Secret lab.
Yes. Yeah, because the power supply panel behind them. So it all falls down. We get more of Gaunt and some thugs and Sewards. Because I guess what with should mention he Gaunt as well. Obviously, he's trying to resurrect himself. Trying to get another body, become
basically
strong and powerful.
Heal himself. Yeah.
So that's what he had employed Seward Trainer to do, to try and do that for him. So
I just noticed that colors Gregory Wright. That's a good friend of DG Chichester.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. And we're up to 412.
Yep, Amazing Spider-Man 412.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Just got to navigate through. Thing about, I know Marvel Unlimited, I don't know about you, Phil, but I use the download option. Just, makes it quicker reading. So I download a whole heap. Yeah, but they don't group them into the series. It's all just individual issues, so you have to kind of trawl through.
I know that's the only bad thing. It's like when you get like a multi-series storyline like this, yeah, you got to like go. Yeah, it's like okay, I read Sensational, now I got to flip over to Amazing, and
yeah. They do some of the good things, like major events, like they do lists and reading orders, which are really good because you just save that list, and then you can just, if you want to read it in a large sitting, you work off the list. But yeah, it doesn't work with everything. Yeah,
that would be nice at the end of an issue, because I know they'll just do that series, but if they could also give you the options, like, well, if you want to keep reading Blood Brothers, here's part 2, here's part 3. Yeah,
that's good feedback. Actually, we should just write in, let them know seriously, because I think they'll take that stuff in. So.
I think I will. Look at this Bagley cover.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? I mean, it's good. Just the inks as well. You know, use of the black. Anyway, so him and Gaunt looking like a poor man's, I don't know. He kind of reminded me of Vulture, only because green and he's old. But anyway, so this finale. I mean, needless to say, Phil, you probably enjoyed this because it was a Bagley special.
Oh yeah,
it kind of seemed to go by really quickly. Like just like pacing, like I'm talking like overall. How do you find the pacing of the whole arc?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know if it's or we trying to cram a lot of information in the 6 issues, so it's like we gotta like keep the pace move. And again, it's a '90s story. I mean, a lot of '90s stuff moved at this pace. You know, it's not modern comics could never, but yeah,
yeah. I think it's just maybe because we're not given. Like maybe because like by the end of it, it's still kind of left a little bit lingering.
Yeah,
you know, with the boss, you don't get that really sense of this is the finale and this is it. You know, we do learn about a lot of stuff, and we do get the throwdown with Gaunt, and you know, Molten Man gets in there as well, so it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. But it's just that but he's not the main guy, so who is it? And, Yeah. So I guess there's a lot of juggling with because there's a cast of thousands here, but but overall I think it was pretty good. Because
Gaunt throws out like a little thing. It's like, oh yeah, you thought I was dead, and so Ben's just like going through the Rolodex in his head. He's like, wait a minute. Yeah. It's like, okay, who Peter and I fought? Who's like supposedly dead? He's like the Jackal. He's like Kraven, Dr. Octopus, the big. Right. I don't know if he throws in the big man. I'll spoil it. It's not the big man, but he just throws in the big man. I'm like, what? Man. That's random.
Yeah, that is random. I remember seeing that.
Then he's like, Norman, Harry. It's like, who could it be?
Yeah. Well, it's intriguing because like that connection with Osborn Industries.
I will give you a hint. Everyone he names in his head, none of those guesses are Gaunt. I mean, Gaunt's. Yeah. I mean, if you know your history, you know who Gaunt is. He's not like a major big player, but he does have a big connection to the big mastermind. So,
okay, interesting. Well, we'll have to see.
My employers requested I keep my true identity and his a secret for now. I love how he just throws that out. Oh yeah, there's another guy too. There's a guy above me.
Yeah. Well, we just he had to slip that out there.
I'm not going to tell you anything except, hey, there's someone above me.
Yeah, exactly. There's also just a little thing with Mary Jane and Liz and.
It wouldn't be a '90s comic if Normie Osborn wasn't popping heads off of Spider-Man dolls.
Yeah. There's a bit of tension there, but I like the fight between Gaunt and Molten Man. He seems to be really good. Like Molten Man's pretty durable, but he manages to kind of beat him into submission.
I hope Molten Man's durable when Ben's like throwing him around at one point as like he's basically using him as a weapon.
Yeah, he gets thrown around a couple of times here, doesn't he? But yeah, this Gaunt guy. I mean, to be fair, because you don't know too much about Gaunt, it is fun to see the fight, but it's not, not watching it with bated breath like I am, say, Spidey and Juggernaut or whatever, because this enemy is not, big tier in that sense. So I don't know. He just takes out Ben Reilly. He tries to resurrect himself. Oh yeah. What did you think of this ruse, Peter Parker and Ben Reilly?
That was funny. Yeah, Peter just has to like smack Ben.
That's tropey. How many action movie films in the 90s or something? I just Lethal Weapon. I think I don't even know if they do it or but it just seems like one of those cliche things where to cause a distraction, you pretend to turn on each other, and then at the last moment, let's get him. So yeah,
and Molten Man's still all chained up, so Ben's just like using him as a weapon,
just like as a bludgeoning tool. But it's so funny. The personality of Molten Man, I found it interesting. He is he like really vain, or what's his?
I mean, he used to be villainous, and then like in the early '90s, he came back. He wanted like a second chance. So like, I know Harry gave him a job at Osborne, so it's like, he's like a reformed villain, but he's
okay. But it sounds like he really loves himself, because he says here, a handsome guy like me should have been the leading man, like because Ben's throwing him around like a prop, I think he calls him, and then he goes, you got a lot of nerve. So he just seems pretty vain and arrogant, but he's cool. I think he's good. And lo and behold, the generator, something goes wrong there. A couple of deaths on the way.
Yeah, basically the whole thing's coming down, so so everyone has to scatter. So
Gaunt looks like he's fried his last bit of Gaunt. And that explodes, and off they go. They're all happy.
I love we get a shot. I love we get a shot at the mastermind at the end. It's just two hands, just like
yes. Well, that's it. That was a I mean, after the fight, they kind of everyone simmered down, and just that last page really kind of, I guess, takes us on to the next journey.
Yes,
we'll figure out what it is. But I don't know. Overall, what did you make of Blood Brothers?
Again, I love this story, but like I remember, I mean, if you're frustrated, I get it, because I remember reading this when it first came out. I'm like, who is it? Who is the mastermind?
Yeah. Oh, you would.
Yes.
It's kind of like, come on, tell me already.
Like, how long have we been dancing around this? Oh, because, all right, I'll give you a spoiler, not who the mastermind is, but when they reveal who the mastermind is at the end, he's just like, oh yeah, remember those tests that said Ben was the original Spider-Man? Oh, I had those tests rigged. No, Peter's the original Spider-Man.
Oh, gosh. Yep. The Clone Saga.
Just so we could bring Peter back. It's like, no, I rigged the tests.
Gotta love it. Gotta love the Ben Reilly.
Oh, yeah.
And then what are they doing to him now, Phil, with Chasm? What is happening now?
Why are we making him a villain? Didn't we already do this during Clone Conspiracy? Ugh.
Yes. And Carnage, Ben Reilly, as well. Well, although that was just like a bit of harmless fun.
Even like that last Peter David series, he was a little off his rocker there. So it's like,
yeah. Well, I like that one. That was good. I mean, of course, I would.
I think they're doing a big event, because we in that free comic book day issue we see him with Madeline Pryor. So,
can't wait. Still got a. I guess it comes maybe around the same time or after Edge of Spider-Verse. Can't wait for that as well. That apparently ties up everything on the Spider-Verse, which is pretty cool. Like, I'm doing a reread of the original Spider-Verse. Yeah, just so good.
Oh,
reading it in the chronological order between all the titles and the core books. It's fantastic. Love it.
It's a good time to be a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else?
No. I think what's you got there, Phil?
I was going to say next week starts Summer of '69.
Summer of want Look at that candle.
When we light the eternal 69 flame.
Hot cinnamon.
Cinnamon. You want to know the scent of Summer of '69, kids? Cinnamon.
Oh. Smells saucy.
Hey, it actually does smell good.
Yeah, cool. Well, light that baby up when you guys,
And not a sponsor, but if they would like to be, yes, you can purchase that. I mean, I got it in the store, but you can purchase that on the Target website.
Lovely. Excellent. I've got to look for one.
Warm that house up. It's cold down there, Ray.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, next week, Lilith will be back, and we'll start Summer 69 with Amazing Spider-Man 68 through 71. And then in 2 weeks, Amazing Spider-Man 72 through 75. And then the last On the last official Summer of 69 episode, Amazing Spider-Man 76 through 79. And Ray will be back in a month when we cover Spider-Man Unlimited 12, Spider-Man Team Up number 3, which I believe is the Fantastic Four issue, and Spider-Man 69, which is basically like an epilogue to this. Yes, he hunts down Macendale. I'll ask her. It's in the morning. So it takes a lot to drag her out of her coffin this early.
If she's not too intimidated by the sausages, Phil.
Oh, throw down the gauntlet. Oh, I'll be like, yeah, Ray said you're going to be too intimidated by the sausage. She keeps saying it. I keep telling her, I'm like, send in feedback.
Yeah. I remember hearing you say, yeah, come on, Lilith.
I'm like,
send it in.
I'm like, hey, let's just, put Ray on the other side. You send in feedback. He has to sit here and listen to you talk about him. Yeah.
Send 69 seconds.
But yeah, we already recorded that first Summer 69 episode. I mean, there's some fun stuff. The Kingpin. If any of you remember the tablet he's after, yes, there's that. The first appearance of, I believe it's the first appearance of Man Mountain Marco's in there.
Yes.
And the next episode we're going to do, we haven't recorded yet. The Shocker shows up. So.
Oh, love the Shocker.
Oh yeah. So there's a lot of fun stuff in there.
Cool. Check it out, listeners.
That's right. All right, so yes, and send your thoughts on any of that or any of the Summer of 69 stuff we're doing on basically all the shows. Email us. Hey, Capes and Lunatics, we're doing Capes and Lunatics. We're doing the Hulk. Charlie and I are doing Thor over on Avengers.
Just such a strange theme to choose,
because Lilith Hellfire demanded it.
But I love it.
Yes,
I'm in for it.
And, of course, on the DC side, we're doing Nightwing, Justice League, Green Lantern, and, of course...
Batman. My favorite character.
You might be interested in the Batman stuff, Ray. I mean, they're reading, rejected Batman 66 scripts to me. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. They're out there.
I'll pop my head in. Let's have a look.
I'll never admit it if he does, kids. All right. So, yes, send your thoughts, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Ultimate Spider-Cast on Facebook, on Twitter. Join the Web of Spider-Man Facebook fan group and the Ben Rally Beyond group. Yes, the Web of Spider-Man at 3.8 thousand members now, so lots for new friends. Yes. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, completely free. Everything we do gets a video, and of course, every second of Summer 69 will be there. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss a second of it.
Smash it! And
of course, subscribe to the Patreon. Be one of the Patreon elite like Justin, Russell, or Ray over there. Again, you get early access to creator interviews, including once a month, Mr. G.G. Chichester himself.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And, of course, because Lilith Hellfire loves man pain, superhero movie brackets, you will find the worst superhero movie of all time. The June episode is up. Superman 3 versus Superman 4. And, Ray, I know you already know the result, but you have to listen to that. That is a hotly debated two movies, especially between Charlie and Lilith. So
I cannot wait. Yeah. I want to see them lock horns.
Yes. And, of course, next month, when we do Catwoman, Halle Berry's Catwoman versus Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, Lilith Hellfire demanded that Will show up. So, yes, it'll be 5 of us next month. Yes.
Awesome.
Drag poor Will into this.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Because he loves Hal Jordan. So, subscribe to the Patreon or get yourself some beautiful Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. All right, Ray. Do you do any podcasts? Anything you want to tell the kids about?
Just a smattering. Look, the best way to catch me, listeners, if you want to, for a chat, for a chinwag, is on Twitter at RayRayPod, REYREY Pod. There you'll find some information on the other podcasts, such as Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast, To Know Her Is to Fear Her, the Spider-Woman podcast, Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast as well. But yeah, and totally enjoying my tenure here covering Scarlet Spider with Phil and Dave and hopefully Matt. But yeah, Ray Pod on Twitter.
Yes, check out all Ray shows, kids. All quality, and he pretends to be innocent on his other shows. Then he'll drop in and want to chat with me and Lilith and go nuts. So
it's fun.
Oh yeah. He lets his inner his inner pimp out here.
Exciting times to be a pimp.
All right, so yes, we'll let Ray go because it is late evening. Well, evening there.
Late evening.
All right, so let's get out of here. All right, kids. Yes, come back 1 week. Summer of '69 begins, and next month the Sausage Fest will kind of participate in Summer of '69 when we cover Spider-Man '69.
I'll bring the sauce.
All right, kids. Until then, swing on back.
Whip it.